You see, we have always had or have the concern about the state of our aviation industry. We feel it's not in tune with our desire of the totality of the people of this country to have a very sound and robust economy. Having a good aviation industry is one of the requirements that are necessary for having a sound economy. You cannot, divorce having a sound economy from the fact that you have a reliable, efficient, and robust aviation industry. It's an important enabling requirement. So, we've been talking about how to really have in place airlines that will be at par with what you have in other parts of the world. You may remember that some years back, these airlines were bailed out by AMCOM because they were so much indebted to their bankers. And the federal government, the federal government decided to bail them out by intervening in terms of providing funds. Now, we feel that there is a problem. A business is created in order for the owners to make profit, and as well as serving the people that patronize such an entity. So when you have a consistent existence of lack of profitability on the side of these entities, then there's a problem. Probably there's a bad management system in those entities or poor corporate governance. And when you have that kind of situation, those companies or those entities will not be able to perform in line with what is expected of them. In modern businesses, you want a good entity to be proactive, to be innovative. Now, these airlines don't really have those attributes because the airplanes they are using are outdated airplanes compared to the kind of situation we have in other airlines in other countries. And as I said, the airline industry is a very, very important sector in every economy and is so delicate. You need high degree of professionalism to run it. And the safety needed of that industry is really high. So now we are allowing our citizens to be in danger by flying in using airlines that are not efficient. And we are also putting our economy in a situation that is not really palatable because it's a threat to having a sound economy. So what we are saying is this: the National Assembly or the Senate should go into, should have an insight as to what is happening in that industry so that we can be educated and see how we can help to rejuvenate the airline industry. No, so this is very important because we are even thinking of merger. These companies should merge so that they can become so strong in a way that they can perform their function very well. You can't allow our people to fly in outdated airplanes. These companies, these entities should be strong. They should be well-funded. They should have the money to be innovative, to go in line with contemporary practice in the airline industry worldwide. We shouldn't be an exception. We shouldn't be living using outdated planes. It's dangerous to our people.
Now, on the issue of a national carrier, like some of your colleagues made some points today that Nigeria should have a national carrier. Don't you think it is long?
That is important. When you have a national carrier, there are two things. There are two, things we need. it is going to leverage. We are going to have two leverages. All right. Number one is the fact that we will now have a bigger company, a very big one with a big capital base, which can be proactive, which can be innovative in line with contemporary happenings within the world airline industry. They can buy new planes. That company, the national carrier, will now be able, having been well capitalized, to buy new airplanes and make our people safer and create that environment that will make our economy flourish. That's one. Then for national identity, for our pride, it's important for our pride. You have Kenya Airlines. These are countries, Kenya Airline, Cameroonian Airline, Ethiopian Airline. Can you imagine? These are countries that are not up to us in terms of resources. Talk of cash, they are not. Our reserve is bigger, larger than theirs. Wealth-wise, we are wealthier than them, but we don't have a national carrier. So, everyone I think in Nigeria must support this because, as I said, there are things we stand to gain from, having a national, and it will promote even competition. The private entities, the private airlines, will now begin to march in order to confront the national carrier, because you can, stand watching when you have a bigger competitor, to deal with. That will really propel you, will push those like ARIC, like Aero, and they will now probably come to march in order to compete favorably in the Nigerian air transport industry, aviation industry.
Away from that, talking about the President Muhammad Buhari's anti-corruption move. Recently, the Peace Committee, headed by the former head of state officer, visited Mr. President, and President Buhari says that there is no going back. You must probe those who have been found guilty. What do you have to say?
No, you see, I don't want, because talking about corruption, I think to me, has become something I would say mere rhetorics, because everybody knows the ills of, of corruption. No country can ever attain prosperity, by allowing corruption to flourish in the society. If you want corruption, if you want sound economy, good life for your people, then you take away corruption. And the president has been consistent on his zeal. He has a political, the political will. We've seen it. He has a political will to eradicate corruption in this country. And you've heard the kind of monies, being that were taken to different countries by people who siphon the resources of this country, the money of this country. These monies are everywhere in the world, and he has talked to the international community, particularly the Americans, and they've agreed to assist Nigeria to get this money back to our country. So it's something that is always said, and we'll continue to say it, that we all need to unite against corruption in this country. We stand for that, and as legislators, as senators, we are willing, and we've been willing, and will continue to be in that position to facilitate every arrangement brought by Mr. President to eradicate corruption in our society. We will be in the forefront. We've been supporting him, and we'll continue to support him in that direction.
But so many persons have said Mr. President has been focusing, or is focusing on just one party, that is people from the People's Democratic Party. Won't he face his own people from
Is Murtala Nyako a PDP man? Is he not an APC man? Is he not an APC person? He's an APC man. So there has, Chime is a PDP man. It doesn't, Mr. President does not discriminate in terms of his zeal to eradicate corruption in our society. Whenever he finds anybody being accused of corruption, he takes the necessary step to make sure that that person is tried. So the question of talking about selective justice is just a distraction. Just to, those talking about these are those that were in the government of last era. They feel threatened, and they are looking for various ways to intimidate and create confusion and create distraction in terms of the zeal of Mr. President, the political will of the President, to make sure that he eradicates corruption in our society. And we don't take that seriously. We don't really care about that. Nobody takes that seriously. We are living in a democratic world. Everyone has the latitude to say what he thinks, is appropriate for him to talk about or for her to talk about. That is given, so somebody can say whatever he or she wants, but that will not create any distraction in terms of the willingness of this administration to make sure that our society, this country, eradicates corruption in our lives.
But is it right that Mr. President wants to probe only one past administration?
No, nobody is telling you. Go and steal money today, he will probe you. There's no discrimination about that. Anybody who takes government money or takes your money or take anybody's money will be taken to court and be tried in line with our laws. So it's not a question of, if you know anybody who steals money 30 years ago, bring him. I'm a senator. Bring a petition. So it's not a question of, say, 10 years or 5 years. No. Criminal cases are not time barred. All right? When you still even if it's 100 years, you'll be tried in court. If you have anybody, I can assure you, I will pursue that case to the point of getting that person prosecuted. So don't hesitate to bring anybody you feel has stolen government money 30 or 50 years ago. I can assure you, I will be in the forefront to bring that person to justice. Yeah.
So you mean it's not about the past?
It's not, you know it's not. You know it's not. Why does he, even if his brother is still, you will get him prosecuted. You know Buhari now. You know who Buhari is.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.